Okay, welcome everybody, and this is Angry Geek, and you are new to Fantasy Movie League, so I'm here to kind of help you out and show you how to do it, how to play the game, how to do it right. So just make sure you pay attention, because I've been in the top 20 before. So here's Fantasy Movie League, here's your homepage, and here are your 8 screens, and you got to fill them. So the first thing to not do is to treat it like an actual movie theater and try to play one. See, you try to do one of everything and you can't. Don't do that. So what you want to do is you can play more than one of the same movie, like that. See, I got one, two, three, and how it works is if you think that Don't Breathe is going to make like $12 million this weekend, you'll have $12 million per screen. So that's 12 to 24, 12 times 3, and that'll be how much you're going to make on those screens alone. So I'm already at 12 times $3 million so far for the weekend, if that's how much it makes. And then I'm going to play that in Matt Damon. No. And I got Star Trek. And how it works is you'll notice, I'm sure you noticed when I'm clicking that there's this money thing. That's how much it costs to play it. So you get $1,000 right here. See, 1,000, and you get to divvy it up between all these. So I'm gonna do that again. I already forgot what it was. Let's go that guy and Star Trek. I'm gonna in Kubo. So that's perfect. That's really good what I'm doing right here. So again, I'm Angry Geek, and this is being filmed during the final week of the summer 2016 season. I'm currently ranked 222nd out of everybody, which is really good, except for everybody who's above me, but everybody knows that this is really good right here. This percentage means I'm better than 99.4% of everybody playing. Better than everybody. 99.4%. So I am the 1%, and I'm really good. Okay, so that's your homepage. That's how everything looks. Now let's go over to the chatter. The chatter is a lot of fun. You can go there to find. Wait. So what you want to do is you want to find out what combination is going to give you the most amount of money for your Cineplex. Okay, so you figure out that the combination is the best. Don't leave a screen blank, because if you do, you lose $2 million. I don't know why you would want to lose $2 million, but you would. So don't do that. Okay, and then there's bonuses, and we'll talk. Just wait. We'll talk about that later. Okay, so now back over in the chatter. There's always a lot of things going on. People talking about things, and a lot of fun discussions about movies and how much they're gonna make, and entertainment, and everything. So here's let's go into Steve's thing. He's asking people to ask him things because he wants to answer questions. So you can go here, type whatever you want, and you could also leave links. So what I'm gonna do is here we go. I'm gonna open this in a new tab. I'm gonna let him know that I love trumpets. There we go. Right there. Oh, that's hurt. Sorry. Right there. Now Steve knows that I love trumpets. See? And I do. And then, so that's the chatter. It's a lot of fun. You have different chatters based on your different leagues and everything. So let's go over to the research vault, okay? Shall we? This is the pick rate. This means how much each movie is being played. There's 15 movies each week. And for right now, Don't Breathe is being played by 53.3% of the players. That's a lot, but don't forget that I'm better than 99.4% of them, as we established earlier. And the movie that's being used the least is Florence Foster Jenkins by 12.2%. I don't know why they're playing it. What next is To Fml bucks. That's for Fantasy Movie League bucks. That's how much a movie costs to play it, like I showed you earlier. And so yeah, let's go to box office. This shows you what the movies made last week. So last week, Suicide Squad made $20.9 million, and it dropped 52% from the last weekend. And here's Jason Bourne, and there's Bad Moms. So you can see how it's done in the past. Theaters is how many theaters it's playing in now. Wait, hold on. What is this? 3,924? That's a lot of theaters, but it's not screens. So calm down, because Suicide Squad at my local AMC is playing on like 4 or 5 different screens, and that is not accounted for in this. Otherwise, that number would be much bigger. So this is literally talking about the buildings. So Suicide Squad last weekend made 5.3 Ks per theater. That's a lot of Ks. I don't know how many Ks you make in one weekend, but Suicide Squad and Batman did that much, and Pete's Dragon didn't. None of these guys did. So the best performer, I was talking about this earlier, if you were paying attention, each week there's a movie that is the best performer, and this is the full history of all of them. But Angry Geek, what does that mean? I'm going to tell you. I'm trying my best. Just calm down. So what you really want to do is you want to get a spreadsheet. And that's what I have here. It's the Lots of Fun spreadsheet. That's what I call it, because that's what I have when I play Fantasy Movie League. Is a lot of fun. And you'll notice that I made the font much bigger so you could read it. So these are all the movies that are playing that you can play with Fantasy Movie League this week. Oh no, what have I done? Okay, and this is how much they cost. Now you're like, but what are all these numbers? And I keep telling you to just wait while I explain it to you. So this is how much I think each movie is going to make. I make it nice and bright so you can read it. And this is how much the value is. What the value means is you take this number and you multiply it. No, you divide it by how much the movie costs. So 15 million divided by 216 gets me 69,444. But these aren't my actual numbers for the week yet. The way I do it is over here. This is what everything made last week. And these 3 lovely gold numbers means it's a new movie. So it wasn't out last week. So it couldn't have made money. So relax. So Suicide Squad made 20.8 million last week. I thought they said over here in the research well, oh my goodness, they rounded up. Okay, so I think it might. Let's say I think it's going to drop about 50%. Who's messaging me? Oh, it's Ert or Eart. He's talking about Farva. Yeah. Oh, crap. Oh, hey. Wait. Ert's so funny. Is it Ert or Eart? I don't know. Oh. I'm going to let him type. Let me go. So, where was I? So, yeah, I think it's going to drop like 50%. So, I have it, because I'm smart, I have it so that this is 50% of that. Because I know how to do spreadsheets. And I'm going to keep going down. I think Sausage Party is going to drop like 55. Kubo is going to drop, let's say it's going to drop 79%. War Dogs 12. Pete's Earth's responding. Hold on. 50. Okay. Just. What have I done? Okay. Okay. So that's how a way to get your lineup, and then you just put how much you think it might make. Start talking. Oh. Okay. Um. So then you're like, okay. So what you want to do is you're like, okay. So what does that mean? How do I know what what thing to? How do I know how much to play? So what you can do is the Fantasy Movie League nerd. He's such a nerd. He created a thing that is really helpful. It'll give you huge tips to with playing. So you go to the Lineup calculator and look at this. Lo and behold, it's a whole thing. And what you do is you plug your numbers in, and it tells you exactly what to play. Because I don't know how otherwise. So I'm gonna bulk set. So based on my numbers, it's telling me I should. Oh my gosh, what happened? It's telling me I should. Oh man, play War Dog 7 times and Pete's Dragon. I don't. No, let's do that. There. Ah, that's better. Okay, so I'm gonna play 3 times. Don't breathe. Hold on. What was it? 3 times. Don't breathe. Oh, look at that. And then Mechanic, Ben Hur, and Star Trek. I could do that. Okay. This isn't really what I'm gonna play. Mechanic, Ben Hur, and Star Trek. Although I did see Star Trek, it was good. That's not really what I'm gonna play. So don't just calm down. And this is really cool, and you can mess with it and everything, and to figure out what you should play. And then he's also got a comp finder, and it'll basically like, hey, I don't know anything about this movie. You just play with it. You'll get it. So that's where you can get a lot of huge tips to playing the game. And then you're probably sitting there new to the game wondering to yourself, but what is this? And so basically what I do is, okay, so right now I have, oh, that's way too much. Oh, that's why. So right now the highest value that I have seems to be Don't Breathe at 69,444. Whichever gives you the highest value right here, that's going to be the bonus, which means it's going to give you an additional $2 million. So if this makes 15 million, oh god, math, 15 times 3, which is like hold on my phone, 45. I'll get an additional 2 million per movie per screen, so I would get an additional 66 million. So oh man, 51 million for playing Don't Breathe 3 times. That's a lot. So and then if it turns out that this specific combination made the most money out of any combination, then that's what's called the perfect Cineplex. And that would get me an additional 5 million. So I would get 2, 4, 6 plus 5, 11 million bonus dollars, which is like playing a whole nother mechanic. No, it's not going to make that much. So that's what that means. You want to figure out what that's going to be. But then what I do over here is based on how Fantasy Movie League has priced it, what I do is I set the bonus bar. So I'm going to set it, oh, look at that. I already, as though had done it in advance, set it to 70. So that means that's how much these movies each need to make in order, or drop from the past weekend, in order to beat Don't Breathe for the bonus. So Suicide Squad needs to make 12.5 million. That's not going to happen. And so on and so forth. I hope that makes sense to you, because it does to me. Now, let's see. No. Okay, so another thing that you want to do is to do some research. So, for example, if you want to find out more specific things, then you can go to boxofficemojo.com, and here's the link for the latest Triple X movie with Vin Diesel, and Toni Collette's in it too, according to this. Boxofficemojo.com is going to be really helpful to you, because I'm going to go to the homepage. Oh man, this is the worst timing ever. Oh, okay. So it keeps you up to date and everything. You can actually do theater counts here as well. Very specific. How many theaters everything's playing. Another thing that you can do is it's got showdowns. This is really cool. It's good for comps. like for Kubo and the Two Strings, you can see how much other movies similar to it have done in opening weekend and everything. In fact, what I'm going to do is let's talk about Don't Breathe. If you click on Don't Breathe right here, it won't always be there. Just so you know, you can click on similar movies, and it'll. Oh, I live right next to a train track, so I'm sorry about the noise. So you can see other movies very similar to it, and I would specifically pay attention to movies that released at this time of year, like Sinister 2, As Above or So Below. But you don't want to travel too far in time. Now, what's really cool is this is how much they actually made, but you can go up here, click on 2016, it'll adjust for inflation, so you can see how much these movies would have made this weekend. So The Sixth Sense would have made $45 million in its opening weekend if it opened this year. That's a lot. That's like how much I'm making over here with these guys. Now, so you can spend a lot of time on here messing around. It shows you also the weekend box office and the daily and how much, like, Captain America Civil War is the #1 movie of the year. That's a lot of fun. But some other places you can go are, what is this? Oh, pro.boxoffice.com. They have similar things. They have what's called a long-range forecast that changes periodically. So they think these movies that are going to be opening much later, how much they think they'll eventually make. So for this weekend, their long-range forecast for Mechanic is $8 million, which I still think is too high. And they only think Don't Breathe is going to make $9 million. But this is as of like last Friday or Monday. They're going to have their actual estimates for the weekend up. They usually do it Wednesday night. Let me see. Weekend projections. No. Weekend forecast. That's usually, there it is. Weekend forecast. That's what you want to look at for pro.boxoffice.com. In order, they'll tell you how much they think everything is going to make over the actual weekend when the weekend is 2 days away. And boxofficemojo.com does that too, that place we were just at. And another place that does it is showbuzzdaily.com. Now, you have to kind of, the day of, you kind of have to search for it. So there's predictions, and then you can go weekend box office predictions. They'll do the same thing, and there's lots of other sites like that that will do it for you. It's going to tell you how much they think. So those are some research tools that might help you to kind of figure it out. Okay, so what else can we... Oh, let's go. Oh, I skipped over the Insider completely. Insider is fun. Big Bad Todd Thatcher will tell you how much he thinks is going to make. That's another professional predictions thing. My good buddy Phil writes the weekend wrap up, and the box office guy does brackets. And yeah, and the Fantasy Movie League Nerd and their podcast that you should listen to. It's good, and I don't know who this guy is. And yeah, so it's a lot of fun, and it's really easy to do everything on Fantasy Movie League. So just do it. That's how you get a perfect Cineplex every week and get better than 99.4% of everybody playing. And then you go over to the shop and you buy things because the game is free. It's a free game, so just support them by buying a baby t-shirt and other things like that. And then just the rules. Oh, okay, so you'll notice I can keep changing this as much as I want up until the deadline, which I'm in Chicago, so the deadline for me is Friday at 11 a.m. So once 11 a.m. my time hits, I can't, oh no, I can't change it anymore. Click, click, click. I'm stuck. And I hope that I picked the best possible. And then you can pick again Monday night to do it. So there you go. And then there's prizes for the people who win and t-shirts and a whole lot of stuff. And there's different leagues that are fun. But that's pretty much it. So I don't really know what else to tell you other than have fun. Oh, download the app. You can get the app on your phone if you have a phone. If you have a landline, I don't think it'll work. But that's it. So good luck, and I will see you in the chatter. Fantasy Movie League. How do I stop this?